Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're looking at a stack of sources on, well, a really personal journey, becoming your own safe place.
It's definitely a deep one. And the sources, they really zero in almost immediately on that feeling.
How?
When the safety you count on, maybe a person, a job, even just your daily routine, it suddenly feels, well, borrowed.
Borrowed, yeah. Like it was never really yours to keep.
Exactly. And one of the core arguments here is just that. Any safety built outside of you is fundamentally temporary. It can be taken away.
Right. And we often spend, years, maybe decades on this big search party for wholeness. We chase friendships, or we think love is supposed to be some kind of rescue mission.
Or the next achievement, right? Like that will finally let you rest.
But the sources say that model has a fundamental flaw, don't they?
They do. The core issue is that relying on externals means you're basically outsourcing your own emotional stability. You're giving away control. And, people and situations, they change. They aren't always reliable in the way you need. So if your safety is built out there, well, it can disappear. It can be repossessed, as one source put it.
Okay, so let's talk about the shift. The sources describe it not as some dramatic movie moment, but this really quiet day.
Yeah, totally normal day when it's just clicks. This thought,
Yeah.
no one is actually coming to save me.
Ooh, yeah, that hits hard. Initially, it just feels like abandonment, right?
Totally, pure loss. But then the sources call it something interesting, a brutal kind of mercy.
Brutal mercy. That sounds paradoxical. How does getting through that grief, that feeling of being left, actually lead to power?
Well, the idea is that the power grows in that empty space abandonment creates.
Yeah.
Once you kind of let yourself feel the grief of not being rescued.
You make space for something else.
Exactly. You might hear this little whisper almost. Okay, if no one's coming, then it has to be me. And that's the moment you start taking ownership.
Ownership.
Ah,
Okay, so you stop living based on what your parents expected or what your ex thought or even your own past mistakes.
yes. You reclaim your own story. You're free from those narratives about why you weren't enough or why you needed someone else to validate you.
So once you have that moment, that realization, how do you actually build this internal shelter? It's not a switch you flip. The sources are clear on that. It's messy.
Oh, absolutely messy. It starts really quietly. It's about consistent small actions. You're essentially retraining your nervous system,
Right.
teaching it not to rely on external fixes.
Okay, like what? Give us some concrete examples of that quiet work.
So maybe it's that first night you feel that familiar wave of loneliness or anxiety hits, and you just don't grab your phone immediately. You don't text someone just to fill the silence.
You just sit with it.
You sit with it. Or self-permission. That's another one. It's when you stop waiting for the world or your boss or whoever to tell you it's okay to rest. You just decide. You give yourself permission.
And then there's internal commitment. That sounds like the tough one. The sources mention burying old versions of yourself. What does that actually mean?
Yeah, that's about the internal narrative. It means grieving the part of you that thought, maybe, love had to be earned by shrinking yourself. Or the part that was constantly chasing external approval.
So it's not about cutting people out necessarily.
Not always, no. It's more about cutting off the old contract you had with life, the one where your worth felt conditional. The sources, they don't pull punches here. They say it can feel like breaking your own heart on purpose sometimes.
Wow. Standing in the ashes of who you used to be.
Yeah. It's painful, but necessary, according to this material.
But that pain, that deep work, it unlocks the reward, right? The way you experience being alone totally changes.
Completely. Solitude stops feeling like a punishment. It actually becomes a choice, a freedom. You stop needing to fill every single silence with noise.
You start noticing the small things more.
Exactly, like enjoying a slow morning or making yourself a cup of coffee like it's a real act of care, a love letter to your future self, as one source beautifully put it.
I like it.
And that internal shift, that trust in yourself, it lets you walk lighter, choose slower. You trust yourself to handle things, to hold yourself, no matter what happens externally.
And that kind of safety, that's the kind no one can take away. Not time, not loss, not the world.
Precisely. And, there's a final thought that emerges from all this research. It's quite provocative.
Oh, go on.
It's the idea that once you become whole enough, secure in yourself, the things you used to desperately chase, real connection, fulfillment, maybe even love, they often start finding their way to you, naturally.
So here's the question for you to think about. If maybe the whole point of all the challenges, all the losses, was simply to force you back home to realize you have yourself, how does that change how you move through the world today?